Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to the daily quiz discussion for the 24th of June 2022. Before we begin, a small update on our explained series. Today, that is the 24th of June, join us live at 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel for a discussion on the Agnipath scheme. This session will be handled by Harshmeet sir. Beginning with the first question of the day, which reads, which of the following statements is or are correct with respect to Kaliningrad? The two question statements are as follows. The first one reads, it is Russia's westernmost federal entity. And the second statement reads, it shares no borders with mainland Russia and is sandwiched between Poland and Lithuania. Please have a look at the options. Now let's understand the context to this question. This article from the Indian Express notes Lithuania having imposed curbs on railway traffic to Russia's Kaliningrad exclave. Russia claims this move being violative of existing legal obligations and has warned of dire consequences on Lithuania. In this context, let us understand a few basic aspects related to Kaliningrad. Note, Kaliningrad is the westernmost federal entity of Russia. It shares no borders with mainland Russia. It remains sandwiched between the two countries of Poland and Lithuania. Kaliningrad was handed over to the erstwhile Soviet Union at the conclusion of the World War II and at the Potsdam Conference in the year 1945. Note, the Potsdam Conference was held between US, Britain and the former Soviet Union. Kaliningrad has remained with Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union in the year 1991. Currently, the Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia are worried that the war between Russia and Ukraine may spill over to their territory. There are concerns that Russia might lay claim to the Suwalki Gap. Note, Suwalki Gap is a 40-mile corridor that acts as a connection between Kaliningrad and Belarus. Coming back to the question, from our discussion, it becomes clear that both the first and the second statement are correct, and since the question asks for the correct statement, the answer to this question would be option C, both 1 and 2. Moving on to the second question, it reads, which of the following statements is or are correct with respect to sickle cell disease? The question statements are as follows. It is an inherited disease. It affects the white blood cells and makes the body prone to infections. And the last statement reads, India has the highest number of sickle cell disease cases in the world. Please have a look at the options. What is the context? These articles from the Indian Express discuss features of sickle cell disease and also demand that sickle cell disease be notified in India. Please note that sickle cell disease is an inherited red blood cell disorder. It affects the hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? It is a molecule in the RBC that delivers oxygen to cells. The sickle cell disease is caused by a mutation in the hemoglobin beta gene. This mutation results in the RBCs becoming hard and sticky, and they look like C-shaped sickles, hence the name sickle cell disease. As against the healthy RBCs, which are round and can move easily in the small blood cells, sickle cell RBCs get stuck in the blood cells and thus block the flow of blood and delivery of oxygen to the organs. Also, the sickle cell RBCs die early, hence causing a shortage of RBCs in the deceased person. Note, the sickle cell disease affects millions around the world, and the disease is most common in those whose ancestors come from sub-Saharan African regions, from the Western Hemisphere regions, from Saudi Arabia and India, and from Mediterranean countries like Turkey, Greece, and Italy. Please note, India accounts for the second highest number of sickle cell disease cases, and it is found to be most common among tribal communities. Coming back to the question, consider the first statement. This is correct because we have already discussed that sickle cell disease is an inherited disease. Now, the second statement is wrong. Why? Because the disease affects not white blood cells but red blood cells. Also, the third statement is also wrong because India is not the highest but second highest. Since the question asks for the correct statement, the answer to this question would be option C, 1 only. Moving on to the third question, it reads, which of the following best describes the newly launched NIRYAT Portal? The options are as follows. A. It will provide real-time import and export data of India. Option B. It aims to be a repository of information on all union government schemes aimed at promoting exports from India. Option C, it would provide a platform to mentor first generation entrepreneurs on foreign trade using counseling, training, and outreach programs. And option D reads, it is a registration portal for exporters seeking to avail benefits under the NIRYAT Bandhu scheme. Now let's understand the context. This article from the PIB notes the Indian Prime Minister launching the NIRYAT Portal. NIRYAT stands for National Import-Export Record for Yearly Analysis of Trade. This portal will provide real-time data to all stakeholders on import and export. This will allow for an analysis of the import and export from India and its foreign trade. Coming back to the question, from our discussion, it becomes clear that the answer is option A. That is, the NIRYAT portal provides real-time import and export data of India. Note, option C describes the NIRYAT Bandhu scheme. Of late, there has been a growing push to increase exports from India, and India's merchandise exports has reached record levels. Moving on to the fourth question. The question reads, consider the following pairs of regional agricultural products and the associated states. The four pairs are as follows. Lakadong, turmeric, Meghalaya; Chakhao, rice, Nagaland; Queen pineapple, Tripura; and Tuku ilaichi, Manipur. How many of the above pairs is or are correctly matched? Please have a look at the options. What is the context? This article from the PIB notes the mega buyer-seller meet that happened in Guwahati under the One District One Product initiative. During this meet, over 70 sellers, traders, farmers, and aggregators took part from various districts of Northeast India to showcase their unique agricultural products. Coming back to the question, the first pair is correctly matched. That is, Lekadong turmeric is grown mainly in the Jaintia hills of Meghalaya. It is known for its high curcumin content. The second pair is wrongly matched because Chakhao, or the black aromatic rice, is from the state of Manipur. The rice is known to be a rich source of anthocyanin. The third pair is correctly matched. That is, Queen pineapple is from the state of Tripura. This pineapple is best known for its pleasant aroma and flavor. Note, the pineapple fruit is the state fruit of Tripura, and Tripura is the largest pineapple grower in the country. The fourth pair is wrongly matched. That is, Tuku ilaichi is not from Manipur, but it is from Sikkim. Tuku ilaichi is also known as large cardamom. A unique aspect of Tuku ilaichi is its large size and also the fact that it is grown under organic practices. Please note, Sikkim was the first state in India to go completely organic in terms of agricultural practices. Also note, Sikkim is the largest producer of cardamom or ilaichi in India. Other notable agricultural products from the northeast include the C. banginio, also known as tree tomato. This is from the state of Nagaland. Another well-known product is the Kasi mandarin or orange from the state of Meghalaya. The government plans to popularize these products from the northeastern states because they have a huge potential to increase agricultural exports from the region. Since the question asks for the correctly matched pairs, the answer to this question would be option B, two pairs only. Moving on to the last question of the day. This is a question from the UPSC 2019 prelims paper. The question reads, in the context of any country, which one of the following would be considered as part of its social capital? The options are as follows. Option A, the proportion of literates in the population. Option B, the stock of its buildings, other infrastructure and machines. Option C, the size of population in the working age group. And option D, the level of mutual trust and harmony in the society. Note, social capital is the value, beliefs, and attitude that govern the nature of social interactions between fellow human beings. It refers to connections among the individuals in the form of social networks and norms of reciprocity and trustworthiness that arise from them. That is, it can be defined as the level of mutual trust and harmony in the society. So the answer to this question would be option D. Note, The stock of the buildings, other infrastructure and machines is called physical capital. Moving on to the fact of the day, Purple Revolution and Aroma mission. What is the context? This article from the PIB notes the Union Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Science and Technology, Sri Jitendra Singh, noting the success of Purple Revolution in Jammu and Kashmir. Noting this success, CSIR, that is, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, plans to introduce aroma crops in other hilly states as well, including the states of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and northeastern states. In this context, let us understand Purple Revolution and Aroma Mission. Note, the Purple Revolution was started in the year 2016. It began in the Doda district of Jammu and Kashmir. Under this mission, the farmers of the region who predominantly cultivated maize were incentivized to shift to the cultivation of lavender. The cultivation of lavender in this region increased the monetary returns to the farmers because the lavender oil, which finds application in many cosmetic and therapeutic industries, fetches a good price. Subsequently, in 2016, the Aroma Mission was launched to boost cultivation of plants like lavender, which have aromatic and medicinal properties in other regions of the country as well. Apart from lavender, the other crops which have aromatic properties include lemongrass, rose, and marigold. The oils extracted from these aroma crops are used to make incense sticks, room sprays, cosmetics, and as well as therapeutic medicines. CSIR is the nodal agency for Aroma Mission. This shift to aroma crops have many benefits. One, the higher returns to the farmers, and also it will ensure supply of adequate aromatic oils to the industry, which would not have to depend on costly imports from other countries. Also, notably, these aroma crops are drought and pest resistance. This acts as an insurance for the agricultural productivity of the farmers. That is all for today. Thank you for being with us.